Home is not so much a place as the people who gather there.
We serve everybody and meet the needs of the people in the communities where we sit.
We're here locally, and they can walk down the street, and here they are.
On the Indianapolis southeast side, Fletcher Place Community Center brings people together to deal with struggles, to build relationships, to develop a sense of belonging.
Being able to help service those individuals, getting food for the people, clothing for the individuals, and the people were so nice, but they had such needs.
People forget about community centers and their value, but it really kind of takes the place of those old small town centers that cities used to have, and it's just necessary for people.
For us, we say, come on in, we can help you.
People have been coming into Fletcher Place Community Center since 1872. The Fletcher Place Methodist Episcopal Church started the center to ease the suffering of neighbors, mostly poor immigrants, German, Italian, Irish families who had settled on the south side.
The history of Fletcher Place is taking those immigrants that were getting off the train and seeing the need of those families that were hungry and needed clothing and needed shoes, and providing those services to them.
Two things that were instrumental initially with them was caring for the hungry in the city at that time, also concern for childhood education. They were among the first to work with what we call today preschool age kids.
Today's mission at Fletcher Place Community Center is similar.
Fletcher Place specifically focuses on hunger, education, and immediate need. So we really focus in those three areas to try to ease the burden of those neighbors who live in this area. A lot of our families, make less than $10,000 a year. So can you imagine paying for your housing, paying for your needs of your family with less than $10,000 a year? And then just do the math. Take a minimum wage job, work full time at that minimum wage job, and think about how much that is. It's less than $15,000 a year.
Today, Fletcher Place Community Center is found on the corner of Prospect and State Streets, near the Fountain Square Historic District. Outside, a vibrant community garden grows on donated land, cleared for planting by over 100 volunteers from Eli Lilly Company.
We are a presence here in an area that was abandoned, so I think people see hope when they see the garden. I think they're encouraged that they see activity here, a real positive nature.
The garden is an invitation of sorts for the hungry, for the homeless.
On Saturday mornings when we distribute the produce, we see a lot of local people who are very appreciative and thankful because they do not have a lot of access to fresh food. So through the garden, the items that we produce and the items that are donated by some local corporations, we've distributed 5,000 pounds of produce last year.
Just inside, the Fletcher Community Center's preschool provides nourishment for young minds.
We really feel like to break the cycle of poverty, that starts with education. So it was really important to us to focus our efforts in the preschool.
For our family, because just in this neighborhood there isn't a lot of preschools available. I believe early learning is essential to my child's education, just because the earlier they're introduced to some things, I think it kind of sticks. They say between birth and 5 years they're sponges.
Preschool's been around here since 1930, which is super exciting. But recently we went to a full-day program and really focused on outcomes as it relates to the standards the state sets to have the kids kindergarten ready, to work with the parents so that they can reach financial stability.
And what's this?
So that's our Educate for the Future.
Good job. Can we give her a round of applause? Give her a round of applause, Cody Cole. Have a Thanksgiving meal.
On any given day, Fletcher Place serves a continuum of care. Upstairs, over 100 seniors gather for lunch and bingo.
Everyone wins. Everyone gets a little prize of some kind, which makes the people here, it lifts their spirits.
A lot of people that are less fortunate, they don't have the means to do some of the things that they would like to do. And just little things like this means a whole lot to a lot of people.
This day, lunch was prepared and served by volunteers from Stansfield Circle. Named for Methodist minister Dr. Joshua Stansfield, the group was founded over 100 years ago to connect the church with the community. Today, Stansfield members focus their efforts exclusively for Fletcher Place.
So it's not just us servicing them, they're servicing each other and they're servicing us as well. So it's kind of a win-win situation for everybody.
Here in this neighborhood, it is really, really needed because there are just not enough things, especially for senior citizens.
It gives me something to look forward to. This is the highlight of my social activities.
Downstairs, there's even more activity. The thrift store and food pantry are open.
You want to have enough food in the pantry that everybody can get it. The food is all donated food. It's really nice that different congregations and different organizations want to do that kind of thing. It's just so exciting to be a part of it. I just love being able to be a part of donating and helping people. And as the church, it's part of what we need to do. We need to be givers. God has given to us, we need to give to others. As light as I can make it. It's just wonderful.
Fletcher Place Community Center serves homeless neighbors. Its thrift store and pantry are free.
All right, you too, thank you.
My favorite thing is clothing. That's such a basic that we take for granted. You know, warmth in the winter and feeling cool in the summer. And when you see someone that doesn't have that and you know that you can have a hand in giving them a warm coat or layers of clothing or a fan in the summer, it's very gratifying to be a part of that. I think it's a basic of our faith. You know, God cares for us, and so it's our duty to care for others. It can be as simple as basic comforts, you know, warm clothing, hygiene products, but it can also be food. It can be many, many things, but it's our duty and our obligation, and we're awfully committed to it.
How are you doing, sir?
Back upstairs, it's already time for dinner. Here, 5 hot meals are served each week by volunteers.
And I usually offer the prayer, but Eli said that he would like to offer the prayer today, so I thank you, Eli. And
dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the food we're going to receive.
We're rooted in the United Methodist Church, and they really just, the volunteers, and they're so passionate and committed to what Fletcher Place does and what it's about. And when you walk in the building, it's just a sense of, yeah, this is it. This is what it's about, right? This is what it means to give back.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey, man, this is supposed to be the greatest country on earth, you know? But then again, we got children sleeping outside. We got children going to bed hungry.
To feed, to educate the young, and to serve the poor and homeless. Those are pillars of the work here at Fletcher Place Community Center, along with one more thing.
One of the things I talked to our church's partners about was, okay, you fed them, now what? So what's next? So when somebody's ready, we really want to be able to have partnerships and opportunities to take them where they want to go.
You can make a difference for one person, you can make a difference for 100 or for 1,000.
Christmas.
Do your part and make a difference for someone.
I just love being able to be a part of donating and helping people. And as the church, it's part of what we need to do. We need to be givers.
A lot of people are encouraged when they see volunteers here working every week, multiple times a week sometimes. And I think the garden gives a lot of hope to the community, and people are really encouraged by that.
At Fletcher Place Community Center, hope is a hot meal, warm fellowship.
Good job.
Hope is meeting today's urgent needs and planning for bright futures.
Well, there's something in the human heart that wants to do something significant, that wants to touch people. Here's an opportunity to do that.
Put this in the car and come back and get you, okay?
Man, this is unconditional love. This is hard love. Love hard at its best.